You know what's really frustrating? When you've got a shady spot in your yard and nothing seems to thrive. You try plant after plant, only to end up with a sad, bare patch of dirt. Well, I've been there. Today, I'm sharing 10 perennials that will thrive in the shade and practically take care of themselves. These are plants you can count on to fill in those tricky areas with color, texture, and interest, and without babying them all season long. So grab your notebook or just screenshot this video because you'll want to save these ideas for your next plant shopping trip. Now, quick reminder, when we say shade, we're usually talking about spots that get less than 4 hours of direct sun per day. A lot of gardeners think shade means nothing will grow, but that's just not true. You just need the right plants. You can't talk about shade without talking about the classic hostas. They're hardy in zones 3 through 9. They love moist, well-draining soil and love lots of organic matter. They're beautiful, easy to maintain. Just make sure you give them the space. Plant them about 1 to 3 feet apart. Why I love them is they have beautiful foliage. They can be in green, blue, variegated patterns, sometimes chartreuse. The only thing to watch out for with hostas is that slugs love them. So just take some precautions and keep an eye on them to keep that foliage looking beautiful. Next up, we have astilbe. It's hardy in zones 4 through 8, sometimes zone 9. The thing about astilbe is that it loves moisture, so it needs to be in an area where there's moist, rich soil. It does not like to dry out. So if you have a spot that's more shaded and doesn't dry out so much and more wet, that's a great spot for astilbe. A tip to help you keep that moisture in is to maybe mulch around the area. It blooms in summer, and I love its feathery plumes, and they come in different colors such as pink, red, or white. Heuchera, also known as coral bells. It's hardy in zones 4 through 9. It loves well-draining, average soil. It can handle some drought once it's established, and it likes morning sun, but the afternoon shade. The reason this one's a superstar is because of its foliage. It comes in all different colors, including purple, caramel, silver. There's some lime varieties. There's so many options to choose from. It's very easy to maintain, and it also does produce a nice, pretty flower. Perennials, also known as false forget-me-not. They're hardy in zones 3 through 8, and it does like moist, well-drained soil. So find that shady spot where it stays pretty wet. Perennials would be a good choice. It's an early spring bloomer, and it has heart-shaped leaves. Sometimes they can be silver speckled, and it produces this beautiful tiny blue flowers in spring. It pairs very nicely with ferns. They're very easy to grow and pretty low maintenance. Bellflower, hardy in zones 3 through 8. They like well-drained, average soil. Once they're established, they can tolerate some drought. They offer these nice, charming, bell-shaped flowers, usually in colors of purple, blue, or white. They're great for flower beds or borders and can give that cottage garden feel. One cool thing is that deer tend to leave them alone, so if deer are a problem, this would be a great choice for your area, as well as they don't need much maintenance. Yes, you can deadhead them, but since they bloom for such a long time, they don't need to be deadheaded that often. Next up, we have Solomon's seal, hardy in zones 3 through 9. It likes moist, well-drained soil and soil that is rich in organic matter. It has elegant arching stems with white bell-like flowers. It does spread, but it does spread slowly over time. It's great if you're looking for a woodland garden vibe or an informal bed or border. Bleeding heart, hardy in zones 3 through 9. It likes moist, well-drained, humus-rich soil. I love it because it's just so unique looking. It has a classic heart-shaped pink and white blooms. It blooms in early spring and will die back to the ground in midsummer. It's a great plant to fill in the gaps, and it just is unique and beautiful. Next up, we have pulmonaria, often referred to as lungwort. It's hardy in zones 3 through 8, and it likes moist, well-drained soil. Lungwort is appreciated for its decorative leaves and early spring flowers. The foliage is often spotted or splashed with white, and the flowers change color from a pink to blue as they mature. It looks lovely on shady paths or as ground cover in a woodland garden. Foxglove, hardy in zones 4 through 8, typically referred to as biennials, meaning that they'll produce leaves the first year and then flower the second year and set seed. But there are perennial versions of foxgloves, so you just have to pay attention to that. Some that are perennials are apricot beauty, legal red, and snow thimble, and they'll bloom for many years. It likes moist, well-drained, slightly acidic to neutral soil. They will self-seed, so if you like that, let it go. Let it go wild, and you'll get a ton more foxglove. The reason I think it's beautiful, it has tall spikes of bell-shaped flowers. They can come in varieties such as pink, purple, white, yellow, and it really adds a touch of cottage garden magic to shady spots. However, remember, it is toxic, so keep it away from pets and kids. And lastly, we have hellebore, sometimes referred to as Lenten rose or Christmas rose. It's hardy in zones 4 through 9. It likes rich, well-drained, neutral to alkaline soil. It's one of the first bloomers in the year. It blooms in late winter, early spring, but has evergreen leaves that add interest year-round. It's a tough plant that flowers before almost anything else, and I just love the way the flowers almost give a nodding look. They're just beautiful. So if you've got shady spots in your garden, you've got options. These plants thrive with less light and less work. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these plants you're excited to try, or what's already thriving in your shade garden. And don't forget to subscribe to get more gardening tips.